Hi all you medical growers out there in YouTube land. I'm here again this year at Humboldt Locals Garden. I don't know if you remember the last video, but it was 10-pound plants. You might want to watch it if you haven't. Well, this year we're in the same garden, but things have changed a lot. Last year there were 200 plants growing here. This year there's only 74 plants. And even after a real tough year, all this bad weather, last year they planted on 4/20. Okay? This year they planted on July 1st. So that tells you it's a lot more important to watch Mother Nature instead of some obscure date or this 4/20 thing. Because this is about growing. It's not about politics. It's about growing medicine for people that need it. So let's go on a good tour and see everything that's here. I'm here nestled in this little cubbyhole of Blue Dream, in this little Blue Dream forest. There's actually 5 rows here of Blue Dream. It's a real popular variety this year. It's got a lot of sativa in it. People really like it. It's very cannabinoid potent, mainly THC. And the buds take a little longer to develop, but boy, they develop really, really well. And you know, the real interesting part about this garden is last year there was 200 plants, but this year there's only 74. And given that, they're going to harvest probably the same amount. Because last year the plants were planted on 6 to 8 foot centers. This year they're planted on 12-foot centers. So they've got plenty of room to grow. They can get way bigger than before and really express their true genetic potential. And that's what you got to remember. These plants get way bigger than you'd think. And here's something else about all these Blue Dreams. They grew them from clones, or stem cuttings is actually the technical term. And one of the problems that you run into when you have clones is when they arrive, a lot of times they already have spider mites on them. And they've had a heck of a problem with the spider mites because it gets so warm in the evening and it's warm all night, so it didn't have those cold snaps that usually happen here in Humboldt County that kills these spider mites. And then also it's been a real dry time, and there's not enough moisture in the air to slow these things down. So we'll look at some of those, and we'll look at some of the differences in the weather right now. This one's done quite well, even though it gets a bit of shade. It's done quite well, but I can tell you the buds don't look quite as big as last year, and but at the same time there's more of them. You know, the plants get bigger, they're able to express themselves genetically, and they just grow bigger overall. So even though there's less plants, about a third as many plants as there were last year, they're probably going to harvest about the same as they did. I think that's fascinating. Let's go take a look at a few more of these plants.
Hey everybody, don't forget to visit jorgecervantes.tv. This is your hub for all the latest and greatest Jorge content. YouTube videos, grow articles, even submit your own garden pictures to the community gallery. Find your favorite Jorge book, represent with some cool Jorge t-shirts, become a fan on Facebook, or follow Jorge on Twitter. It's all there, jorgecervantes.tv.